Julia Caminetti, Associate Director of Admissions at Champlain College. This is our 7th and final Google Hangout for this spring that we can find, that you can actually find on our admitted pages on Champlain's website. And I would love to introduce you to our senior intern, Zainab Maki, and she will introduce our students.
Hi, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. Like Julie mentioned, my name is Zainab Maki. I am a business administration student from New Paltz, New York, and I'm going to be the senior admissions intern hosting tonight's live stream. I wanted to take a moment to let tonight's panelists introduce themselves. Please give me your name, graduation year, major, and hometown, and we can start with Allie.
Hi, my name is Allie. I'm currently a junior. I'm from a small town in Connecticut, and I'm studying psychology.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Audrey. I'm a sophomore, class of 2022. I'm studying pro writing, and I'm from Santa Cruz, California.
Hi, I'm Brooke Richards. My program is game programming. I am from a small city in Massachusetts, and I am a current freshman.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Thank you all for being here. So our wonderful panelists tonight are joining us to share their experience as students who transferred into Champlain from another institution. If you have any questions throughout the evening, please send them in the chat and we will answer as best as we can. For now, we have some questions that we can jump right into. So first off, how easy was it to transfer into Champlain? We can start with Allie.
Honestly, transferring wasn't super easy, but transferring in general to any school can be really hard. It was different at Champlain because the curriculum was so different, so not all of my credits transferred, and it took a little while to get everything on track and be in the right graduation year, but after a few weeks last semester, I was able to figure it all out, and now everything is mostly squared away, and it's like a huge weight lifted off my shoulder. So
great, that's good to hear. Audrey, next.
Yeah, for me, transferring was actually really easy. I did interview here, which I think helped. I kind of got a lot of information about my specific situation when I came and interviewed here. And I had done a lot of those pretty basic classes math and science that transfer more easily. And my advisor here was also a really big help with that part.
Awesome. And Brooke?
Transferring was a bit of, the process was easy, but not too many of my credits transferred over, unfortunately. But that's due to the fact that game programming is a very self-structured program that Champlain offers. So it's very hard to get a lot of courses in because Champlain's very specific with what they want to transfer in. It's not a bad thing. But I was able to get a lot of my electives squared away, so hence I have space to do a minor or two if I wanted to make myself more knowledgeable.
So thank you all for sharing your answers to that. Next, we're going to go with a question. Do you live on or off campus, and what is it like? We can go in the same order, so starting with Allie.
So I live in Boardman right now, and it's upper class housing, but it's 4 people, 2 room, and everyone has their own bedroom, and you share a little kitchen area, living room, and the bathroom, and it's really nice. It's one of the nicest dorms probably here, and it's really close to campus. All of the dorms are really close to campus. Next year, however, I got an apartment with my friends, so I'll be living off campus, so I'm really excited for that. But it was a nice experience to live in Boardman my first year.
Awesome. Audrey?
Yeah, so I kind of live in between on and off campus. I live in housing called 194, which is basically apartment style, but I'm still living with all Champlain students. I really like it. It's really nice. We're really close to like downtown Burlington, and it's definitely within walking distance of campus really easily, but there's also a shuttle. So if you're running a little bit late, like I never worry about being on time to my classes.
Great. And Brooke?
I live on campus. I live in Adirondack Hall. It's very small. I believe it houses about 20 students. So if you feel like you want to just be in a smaller group of people, you can do that. I did have a roommate, but she only was with me for the fall semester, so I have the room to myself, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I live in Finney Quad, which is very close to campus, and there's always active life going on in Finney Quad. You'll see people hanging out in their hammocks in between trees and everything, so it's pretty fun seeing that.
That's awesome. I'm glad we got to have a good range of people, of y'all in different situations as far as what styles of housing, because they're all different and they all have different benefits. So I'm glad we got to hear. I'm glad to see we got to hear from all of you on that. So our next question we're going to move into is what makes Champlain different than other colleges? And we're going to go right again in the same order.
There's quite a bit that makes Champlain different than other colleges. The curriculum, for starters, and how you get right into your major and start taking courses that will apply to things you want to do in the future. Core classes are very different than any classes at my previous college, as well as the size of the classes. They're so much smaller and more intimate, and the professors are very thoughtful and care about their students a lot, and you're not just a number to them. You can actually have a relationship with your professors and get to know them well, and they'll definitely help you with all of your future endeavors.
I just feel like Champlain has a really cool environment, lots of different kinds of people, and I feel like everybody has kind of their own passion that they're following at school here, which is really cool. You get a lot of diversity there, and kind of like what Ali said about having professors that are they really care about you. They actually take time to teach you what's necessary for your professional field, and yeah, you can just really develop great relationships with them and get help in other areas of life too. I'm thinking about going to grad school, and they've kind of helped me chart a path to that. So that's a really great aspect as well.
One of the things I love about Champlain is that they're willing to help me, whether it's with understanding what a course is about, because I've been to 2 community colleges within my home state, and they just always gave me I don't know, which is very inappropriate in my opinion, because you should be knowledgeable in order to help out your students, even though it's not your specialty within your department. So Champlain definitely makes you feel special and that you feel known. I like how you can have a conversation with your professor and establish a relationship with them, and they will know if you missed out on class, so always make sure to attend your classes, and they will know also if you're struggling with personal situations within your family or anything like that, and they're willing to support you with whatever they can. And with the game programming track I'm in, I love it because I've been able to speak to representatives from Sony and Activision and gain insight from actual people within my industry that I want to work for. So it's really nice that they have those types of connections to offer me.
Really awesome. Good to hear. Thank you for all the answers. It's been a lot of really good insight, I think. And remember, if you have any questions for our panelists, comment right in the live chat box and we'll do our best to answer them. We can keep going with our questions that we have, though. Champlain has a lot of experiential learning opportunities. Can you talk about that experience and any other experience you may have had with like internships, for example? Go in the same order.
So as a psychology student, we are required to have an internship our senior year. There's a class for it, and the professor of the class really helps you to try and find an internship. Right now, I'm trying to get one before I leave for the summer so that I can get right into it when I come back. And around Burlington, there's been so many opportunities for an internship. I've had 4 interviews already, just at places in Burlington, and they're very welcoming to students. They want to have students intern for them, and so I'm really excited about that, and I'm excited to like have some experience in the field, and yeah.
This semester, I am an intern at the EMC, which is the Emergent Media Center and on-campus experiential learning center. The EMC really focuses on technology, art, and design, and like creating new and interesting and innovative things with that. And I am their communications person, so I do a lot with like social media and blogging and writing press releases, stuff like that, which is actually giving me some great like outside of the classroom experience for my pro writing major. It's really like backing up a lot of what I've learned in like my tech writing classes, but also giving me some like real job experience I can use in the future.
So since I'm a first year, I haven't done any internships yet, just because I feel like I don't have enough experience yet, just because I need to have more knowledge on how to program and to just gain more qualities I need in order to do an internship. But I do plan to speak to the Career Center to get something to help me feel like I'm more hands-on within game programming.
Yeah, that's great. And you were talking earlier about the kind of opportunities that you get to as far as being in the game studio. Our Career Collaborative has a lot of resources around internships. And actually, we do also have an entire Google Hangout, our entire live stream about jobs and internships on the same link that you're on right now on our Champlain College page. We have a previous Hangout. Great, so let's move on to our next question. What challenges did you have in this process and how did you solve them?
So like I said earlier, transferring wasn't super easy as far as credits and figuring out what year I would graduate, but I had a lot of help from the registrar's office, my own advisor helped me a lot. Julia Caminiti helped me a lot. But aside from that, transferring, it's also hard socially. Like making friends can be difficult because a lot of times people have already found their friend groups and you kind of like feel like an outsider. But there's so many clubs and organizations at Champlain that you can be a part of. When I came here, I went to the club fair and found the rock climbing club, which I joined. We have a boxing club that I joined. I'm on the dance team now. So like I've joined a lot of things and made so many friends. So it was tough at first, but you just have to like stick it out and just kind of like put yourself out there and just be open to people and, you know, be social, go to events, join clubs, and you'll definitely find your place.
Yeah, I was lucky that my transfer process wasn't that hard, but I have run into some things regarding like not being able to take classes and just regular things like that. And my advisors have always really helped me with that and like kind of helped me talk to the registrars or just figured out like my class scheduling issues. And then like Ali was saying, like socially, I also am gonna recommend to join clubs, just because when I first came here, I met some of my like really good friends through joining the Film Society. And you'll definitely meet friends in your majors too, because I've noticed like the major programs are really close-knit here, since you'll be taking a lot of classes with those people and you'll really get to know them through that. I've met some really good friends in my program.
Yeah, I definitely agree that when you transfer here, it's definitely going to be a bit of a challenge to make friends. I'm still sort of having trouble to make friends just because I'm so busy with my schoolwork. Just because I prioritize that a bit more above like friendships and everything. Because friendships can wait, but yet you still need them in order to like have a happy life and to just enjoy being at Champlain. Um, and the other challenge I face is that I had no idea how to program. I still don't, but you know that's okay. I go to a tutoring center. I utilize seeing my professors when I can, and it's okay if you have to like repeat a class, which is what I have to do. I didn't pass my intro to programming the first time just because I dealt with some difficulties, but that's all right. I'm most likely going to take it over summer to stay on track. But you're not alone if you have to repeat a class, because there's plenty of people that do. So just be prepared that when you enter Champlain that things aren't going to be like a community college, which is what I came from. Because that was one of the challenges I had to face, is that I'm at a real well-known school, and I feel like Champlain has different values than community colleges, meaning better values. So you sort of have to just reconfigure yourself to work and to study at a more professional environment. Um, so that's one thing that I had to sort of get used to, which isn't too hard. Just make sure that you're always asking for help, and just know that you're not alone with that and that you can do it. It's just you gotta put in the time and effort along with practice.
Thank you for that. That's some really awesome insight, I think. Yeah. Let's jump into our next question. Have you enjoyed your faculty, and what insight do your instructors provide about your major and industry?
So we have the Career Collaborative, which is a place here on campus where there's a bunch of people who will help you with so many different things. They'll help you with resumes, interviews. They'll help you find internships. Carrie Pratt helped me find places to intern at, and she's a very helpful person. She's also like very cheery and happy all the time. I love seeing her. As far as the psychology faculty, the two heads of the department are Gary Baker and Barbara Colombo, and I love them. I see them all the time, and we talk. Me and a few other students actually went out to lunch with both of them last week, and that was really fun. I've gotten really close with both of them over this year, and they're very supportive with all their students and what they want to do in their futures and in their research and everything. They're two amazing people.
Yeah, something I really love about my program in specific is that all the professors either have worked or currently do work in the field. So we have some published authors and like pretty well-known photojournalists and well-known broadcast journalists who are actually teaching the classes. So they just bring like so much more insight about like the actual career field than someone who has just taught their whole life, which is like a really special and important thing to learn. And some other interesting things that we've done is just like visit the local newsroom to kind of see how it works and hear from some people who are on staff there about what they're looking for, like in people that they're hiring right out of college. So we can kind of, brush up on those parts of our resumes or develop a portfolio that really targets like specific different programs we want to get into.
So within my major, there's definitely a lot of professors that know what they're talking about, and they do not sugarcoat it for you. You're definitely not in high school, where professors will give you that leniency to pass stuff in late. Some professors do that for you, some don't. But I was in a game history course my past semester, and it definitely opened up my eyes on how a game studio functions, and you definitely need to expand your social skills, and you really need to show yourself. Just because some people work well in groups and some people don't, so you can sort of gauge how you feel with working in a group. So it is a lot of hard work, a lot of heavy work, a lot of documentation that you have to do. As a programmer, I only had to do like 1 or 2 like documents, but it definitely entails a lot of work. And if you feel like you're not in the right program or you want to switch to something else, then you can do that. So yeah, I would say that within your first or second year of game programming, I suggest to really think if it's for you, because game programming and just the gaming industry isn't always for everyone. So it definitely, the professors definitely help give you an insight on how challenging it is to be in a game studio and how hard it is, and how much hard work it is. So you definitely need to be on top of yourself, and to not be lazy or to procrastinate, which I have a bad habit of doing at times, but that's okay. But yeah.
Great. Thank you for all of the lovely insight from faculty, especially coming from previous institutions. I bet it's quite different, but I'm glad that to hear, your stories about that. Alrighty, so I don't believe we have any questions from chat, and I think we are done with our questions. So thank you everyone for taking part in tonight's live stream. And thank you to all of our panelists who took time out of their day to be here. If you have any other specific questions, you can reach out to Julia anytime, Julia Caminiti. Her email is caminiti@champlain.edu, or you can reach out to your counselor that's responsible for your territory, and that information can be found on our website. But I think I'm going to hand it back to Julia.
Thank you all so very much. That was really great information, and I appreciate your time. Thank you, and have a great night.